Hey, do y'all remember when Biden had said that Trump should have went before the House to testify about supposed wrongdoing? Yeah, I remember that. But did y'all know that Biden also recently has refused to go talk in front of the House about supposed wrongdoing? Yeah, exactly. I don't get it either.
Big money in this bitch, multiplier. Eateries in a limo, Uber driver. Record a life like a demo. I know they watching. In the air, I'm a lifter, suicidal.
BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, Joe Biden and the White House rejected to testify before lawmakers in the GOP stalled impeachment inquiry. Okay. I want to be clear about this. This is what I'm about to explain to you is something that is, if true, would be the epitome of corruption at the highest level. Now, before we go any further, we do know that America is governed through three different facets. One being the judiciary, the other one being Congress, and the other one being the presidential. So there's three different checks and balances that are used to govern America. The reason why I say this is because I get it. Many of us believe that the president runs America. Like if the president says something, it just has to happen. No, the president is the commander-in-chief of our military. That's the person, basically, who directs our armed forces, and to a lesser extent, I would assume, is also has pull with police and whoever your local municipalities is that governs law enforcement in that area. At least I assume that's also the trickle-down effect which occurred. The reason why this is a point is because if you have that type of power, corruption is just not something that you could just do haphazardly. Now, does corruption exist in all facets of government? I'm gonna assume you got mofos running around everywhere doing stuff they not supposed to be doing. Like, how did Nancy Pelosi become worth over $100 million when I think she makes less than she makes somewhere like $200,000 a year or something, but somehow she's worth over $100 million? How's it so things? Anyway, Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, who Trump likes to call the Biden crime family. Yo, can we just say Trump's been calling it, so this might be a real thing. They basically, Joe Biden, because Hunter Biden already went before the House to speak on these things. So Joe Biden and the White House has said, we're not testifying before anybody's. We're not letting nobody know anything that's going on over here. Allegedly, Hunter Biden there's text messages apparently. You can see them on the screen. Hunter Biden, through WhatsApp, had said that he is not going to sign over his family's brand and give over the one thing that the family uses as an asset. Now, what's the brand? Allegedly, Joe Biden is the brand. You heard me. Joe Biden is the brand. I think you could take this as of like when Jordan was playing for the Bulls. Yeah, they're the Bulls. Yeah, Jerry Krause runs things or whatever the case might be. But Jordan is the brand. He's the face. When you think about what players should we go get, Jerry Krause did an incredible job also. Don't get this confused. But you would assume that it'll be like on the LeBron type thing, as we've seen throughout LeBron's career, because this is the best example I could think of, that he'll be like, I want to play with that guy, get rid of that guy, and then the team does it. So basically, Biden is the brand. So through WhatsApp, Hunter Biden had said under oath that his father was never a part of the business. Now, for everybody that don't know, Hunter Biden the Biden family has been accused of many corruptions by Trump. But one of the things, we're not speaking about that right now, we're speaking about the China situation. But one of the things that Trump had said is that there was a situation that happened over in the Ukraine that Hunter Biden had been a part of. And Trump had been telling us that Hunter Biden wasn't the only Biden family member that was a part of this. Actually, Joe Biden also had a word in this. Now, why is that something right now for me to be speaking on? Apparently, there is I think he works for the IRS. His name is Bobulinski. I think it's Bobulinski. It's spelled Bobulinski. And he was at one of these, GOP, House meetings testifying. And he basically had said that Joe Biden had flew halfway around America, apparently. And he made a point to be like, this guy's old, decrepit. He didn't say decrepit. But he's like, this old man flew halfway around the world, America, to have a conversation with him. I'm not sure if he meant around the world or America. I didn't put it in my notes. But he flew very far. He said basically over 1,000 miles. And Biden is old. To have this conversation with Mr. Bobulinski. And what he wanted to talk about was the business. And he also wanted to talk about their background. So he wanted to get more of an understanding of who the Bobulinski guy was, let him know who he was. This sounds like a business deal. And they allegedly were discussing business involving Chinese. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to mention Trump's name probably one or two more times. Do you remember Trump was trying to tell y'all, China's not our friend? I'm not saying China isn't our friend. I'm just saying Trump was saying this. And if we are to believe that Joe Biden actually has business with China, that would make sense why Trump was trying to cut China off as quickly as possible. He was just trying to cut them off. He was like, yo, look, we don't want no business with China. Why? Because they F's with the Biden crime families. I'm guessing that's what happened. Anyway, in October 2020, Joe Biden asserted that his family had not earned money from business dealings with China. Joe Biden said this in October of 2020. But there is an IRS whistleblower that shared that the Biden family got at least $1.1 million from doing business with China. Or shared like that, basically, right? So there is something called the CFC. They paid, basically. There is a CFC, it's the Chinese energy people or whatever the case is. And he gave $100K to the CFC, that's the China Energy. And apparently there was $1 million that was exchanged for legal services for the CFC official. That guy's name is Patrick Ho. That's his name. I don't know what else to tell you about it. So apparently, they gave $100,000 to CFC Energy straight, and then they gave $1 million in exchange for legal services that were never rendered, might I add you. Like, no one did anything. So they just paid the legal services for this Patrick Ho guy, but there was like no reason for them to. Sounds like a payoff is what some people might say. So also, just so we can be clear, Bobulinski says that the Biden family made at least $9 million off the China deal. So I guess they made like $9 million, and this was like the paying people for a thing. I don't know. I guess that's the assumption that they're trying to make. I guess I do know, but I'm trying not to say certain things. We over here, everything's allegedly. With that being said, On WhatsApp, Hunter Biden had wrote in a message, "I'm sitting here with my father. We would like to know why the commitment made was not fulfilled." Now, with that being said, this happened on July 30th. It was a Ways and Means Committee release text that was supplied by an IRS whistleblower. So this is text that Hunter Biden had been sending to someone. So I know what you're going to say. He was just sending the texts. That don't mean that it was a thing that happened. Well, in the text, he said that he was sitting with Joe Biden at that time, just so we could be clear. And then we have Mr. Bobulinski saying that he had a meeting with Joe Biden concerning this situation that's going on with China. And just so we could be clear, they declined, the White House declined an invitation from the House Oversight Committee Chairman, James Comer. So I think that's how you say his name. They declined. So do y'all remember when the Democrats made such a big point about why Trump won't talk about this, why Trump won't talk about that? Trump needs to go in front of a committee. Okay, fine. Trump needed to do that. But shouldn't they also be saying the same thing about Biden? Because I don't really remember the Republicans saying Trump should have did anything. So shouldn't they also be saying this? Shouldn't they? I'm just clear. Also, we got to remember that Hunter Biden had testified under oath that there was no connection between his father and the business. While Mr. Bobulinski says the Biden family made at least $9 million, just so we can be clear. Now, do you remember those text messages? And I'm pretty sure people are going to be like, he could have texted anything. That don't mean anything. Well, apparently, there's a dude named Devin Archer, I believe his last name is, and he testified that there were multiple instances where Hunter Biden put his father, Joe Biden, on the phone. So there is not just text messages of Hunter Biden the text messages exist. There's not just text messages of Hunter Biden saying that his father was present during some of these meetings. There's also an individual saying that he spoke over the phone with Joe Biden during some of these meetings. And there's also another individual, Bobulinski, that says that he had a meeting with Joe Biden to speak about these situations, improprieties, these situation with the monies in China. So my question is this. I mean, I have a ton of questions, but this is one of them. My question is this. When Trump did not want to go speak, they said he had to be guilty. They said Trump is a criminal. What do you say when Joe Biden doesn't want to speak? Because honestly, if you guys keep talking about Trump don't want to say this, Trump don't want to say that, Trump don't want to be held accountable. So what do you call when Joe Biden says that he doesn't want to speak and clarify these accusations that are being made against him that, might I add, China is considered to be an enemy of America, because if we go to war with anyone, guess who's gonna be their bestest of friends? Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.